close my eyes. Without you, I feel torn around half a heart. Like fireworks and symphonies. What the fuck? Like a love pieces of my heart. What the hell? So stop here in the moonlight, 'cause I don't ever wanna close my eyes. Without you, I feel torn like I'm nothing at all. Without you, I feel like I'm no one.
If you want to skip the introduction, or you already know what an iceberg chart is, there will be a timestamp in the description that lets you skip to the start of the actual video. If not, just keep watching. An iceberg image usually consists of trivia or information about a certain topic, with the most well-known information being at the top, and the deeper down you go, the more obscure things get. In the context of this particular iceberg, it contains rumors or secrets relating to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I will link the iceberg image at the top of the description, so you can use it to follow along with the video if you want.
That was a perfect fucking Mario person, you can't lie.
Ocarina of Time was already packed full of secrets, which naturally led to many rumors and myths.
Without you, I've got no hand to hold.
On there are not our doing. So, with all that out of the way, let's explore the Zelda 64 iceberg. Timeline split. As noted in the official Hyrule Historia book, the Legend of Zelda franchise has a canonical timeline, which splits into 3 separate branches due to the events of Ocarina of Time. 2 of the timelines follow Link as an adult and as a child, in which he is successful in defeating Ganondorf. But the 3rd timeline only exists in a future where Link fails to defeat Ganondorf, and Hyrule falls into decline. Blue Cucco. As part of the long trading fetch quest that lets you obtain the Big Goron sword, you're given a blue Cucco named Kojiro. While many variations of the Cucco have appeared in the Zelda series, Kojiro is only one of the
Song of Storms Paradox. When you first learn the Song of Storms as an adult, the man who teaches it to you sits and stuck inside for 7 years after a child played it for him. But when you come back as a child, you realize you were the one who taught him the song, and that's the paradox. The Windmill Man taught Link the song as an adult, which Link in turn taught the Windmill Man as a child.
Dead Dompe. Dompe is the gravekeeper in Kakariko Village, and you meet him when Link is a child. At this point, Dompe is alive, but visiting him as an adult reveals that he passed away during Link's 7-year absence. Beating him in a race is how you acquire the hookshot. Composer Brothers. The Composer Brothers are 2 ghosts named Flat and Sharp, and are also found in the Kakariko graveyard. Entering the tomb that they guard is where you find the Sun Song, which they both developed. Being that they're 2 brothers adorned in red and green clothing, and the fact that they both have mustaches have led people to believe that this is a reference to Mario and Luigi. Speaking of Mario references,
Mario
Mario Portraits on Zelda After infiltrating Hyrule Castle, if you go into first-person mode and look through the castle's windows, you can see portraits of Mario characters adorning the walls. This is mostly just an Easter egg. It also serves as another tie between Mario and Zelda series, of which there are many.
Luigi time.
Po Collector is the guard from the child. The guardhouse right next to the castle gate contains a single guard in the child timeline. In the adult timeline, the same building contains the Po Collector.
Shit,
Since pretty much all the other NPCs from Castle Time are gone in the adult timeline, it would make more sense that this guard would have fled or died as well. But him and the Po Collector inhabiting the same building makes the connection between the two seem obvious.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Please, guys. I'm sorry. We will try now. Hello, my name is Peach.
Shark breaking the bars in the diving field. In the lakeside lab at the bottom of the pool, you can see a shark through the grate. In the original game, this shark is just a texture, but in the 3DS remake, it's actually modeled. Despite lots of speculation, there's sadly no way of breaking the bars to let it out. Faces in the flowers in Zelda's room. If you look closely at these flowers in the courtyard version of Zelda, the flowers kind of look like babies.
That's right.
It might be hard to see, but they sort of look like squished baby heads.
They squish
Speaking
baby
of running,
heads, sir.
just outside of Gerudo Fortress, there's a manual challenge linked to race across Hyrule. Naturally, this would be like a side quest that players would be able to complete with some sort of reward. But it actually is impossible to beat the running man. Of course, this never stopped players from speculating on ways to beat him, with countless theories and guides being developed over years, and none of them being successful.
L is real in the Dongo's cavern. If you've played Mario 64, you've probably recognized this star statue from the courtyard of Peach's castle. It's an object that captures many players' imaginations, and there are countless theories as to what it means, with one of the most popular ones claiming
Hello, I
that
am
it says, L is
Widowmaker.
real 2401.
That one character from
Regardless of what it means,
Overwatch.
the same picture is used in Dongo's cavern on a sign that says,
Gotta love this
Giant
game.
Dead to Dongo.
Why?
When it
Why not?
sees
Look at
red,
this.
a new way to go will be
I
open.
don't got no ammo, dang it.
Finding the Triforce. In
There we go.
Kirby's
I
build
got
of
ammo
Ocarina of
now.
Time, the Triforce is commonly shown.
Damn
While
it.
the pieces of the
Jesus,
Triforce
man.
still exist and are intrinsically tied to Zelda, Ganondorf, and Link, the actual physical Triforce doesn't make an appearance outside of cutscenes. 3 out of the 4 previous Zelda games before Ocarina of Time allowed you to collect the Triforce, so it wasn't too unreasonable that players would expect to find it in Ocarina of Time.
But you cannot.
Like with many things on this iceberg, there were numerous rumors that circled around internet forums and schoolyards about where you could find the Triforce.
Cheetah.
All
Oh,
leading
that's
to
right.
Talking
I
skeleton
forgot I
in
have a
Zelda.
fucking
Okay, there are
contact
2 talking skeletons,
from a
one
fucking
in the royal
stripper
family
named Cheetah.
and another in the wild as well. And if you interact with the skeleton in the wild, obvious claims it's
Oh
safe
my
for the
god.
wild. Now, I
I
honestly
fucking
don't know why
forgot.
this is interesting in any way, as it's pretty easy
I have
to
a
find this
fucking
skeleton.
person named
Islamic
Cheetah on my
censorship.
contact
In the
list.
first
Oh my
release of
god,
Ocarina
that
of
is
Time,
so
there
fucking
were a few
accurate.
references to Islam in various
You gotta be
areas of the
fucking
game,
kidding
which
me.
were removed
It's
in
almost like I was
subsequent
fucking
reprints. This
telling
present
myself what
star
was
texture
gonna happen.
common
Like I was
in the
fucking
game,
screaming
which
to
is associated
myself.
with
MMI,
Islam.
we
It
expect
was
the
Hey
replaced
man,
with
you know this man?
More
Yeah,
infamously,
no.
the music in the Fire Temple
Damn
contains
it.
Islamic chanting. Koji Kondo
Yeah,
can
obtained
handle
the
that.
chanting sound effect
I'm
from
sorry
the
I
sample
couldn't help.
library.
How
And
do
inserted it into the Fire Temple music
everything?
without considering its origin.
I don't know.
The track that Koji Kondo used was simply titled Track 76
Mechanic.
from Voice Spectral Volume 1 by Best Service.
I'm on the
Track
clock.
76
What you want?
was
Some
used
wheels?
in
I'm on the clock, what you got, man? Oh my
Takuto
god.
Chojin Back Alley Riddle. The use of Track 76 in this
Zombie.
game received a
I'm
formal
a
protest
zombie,
from
I'm
the Kingdom of
gonna
Saudi
eat
Arabia,
you.
and they prompted Microsoft to
I'm
withdraw
a
and
zombie,
destroy all
I'm gonna
available
eat
copies of the game.
you.
You can find the
I'm
original
a
Fire Temple
zombie,
music
me go
quite
eat
easily on
people.
YouTube.
I
I
love
will link it in the
people.
description. Thankfully for Nintendo, they did not receive any sort of backlash for this, and the changes made in subsequent
I'll bring
re-releases
it
of
to you.
Ocarina of
I'll get
Time
back to it
were
then.
to avoid controversies like this, and the changes were not made in response to any sort of
That
controversy.
fucking noise is giving me
Bloody
creepy.
St. Andrew's Cross. In the Shadow Temple, you can see two wooden beams with a pool of blood underneath, presumably used as a torture device, which is in line with the whole theme of the Shadow Temple. This is actually known as the St. Andrew's Cross, since he requests himself to be crucified on an X-shaped crucifix, due to deeming himself unworthy to be crucified in the same fashion as Jesus.
Damn. Just a fucking X as a cross, man. Now that's something else. An X-shaped cross. What is this? Jason X? It's like, damn. That's actually kind of cool. He wanted to get hung on a X cross beside of the regular T-shaped cross because he didn't think he was as he didn't think he was as good as Jesus to deserve being hanged on a T. So they just put him on an X. I can relate. I'm a master of being an X.
In the Shadow Temple, you can see two wooden beams with a pool of blood underneath, presumably used as a torture device, which is in line with the whole theme of the Shadow Temple. This is actually known as the St. Andrew's Cross, since he requests himself to be crucified on an X-shaped crucifix, due to deeming himself unworthy to be crucified in the same fashion as Jesus.
Motion shop. Well, there we go.
Fetuses in Lakeside Lab.
Fetuses?
In the laboratory on Lake Hylia, there's a fish tank with these strange-looking things inside of it. They're probably meant to be developing fish eggs or something, but some people have interpreted them as fetuses. Missing Castletown folk. When visiting the town outside Hyrule Castle as a child, it's a bustling marketplace with multiple NPCs to talk to. In the adult timeline, most of these NPCs are gone or missing, and the marketplace is quite literally dead. Some players made the conclusion that the re-deads in Castletown were once townspeople themselves.
Bowser necklaces. Malon and Talon have necklaces that resemble Bowser's face from Mario. Official artwork of them proves that this was an intentional nod, on top of Talon and Ingo resembling Mario and Luigi respectively. Upside down Triforce and the Temple of Time. In pre-release screenshots, there's an upside down Triforce above the Door of Time. I honestly have no idea what sort of significance this has, so I guess it was just something they were doing.
Triforce transition. There's an unused warp transition that shows the Triforce flying onto the screen, which can be activated with the game shortcode.
Manual jump. Jumping in Ocarina of Time kind of works weirdly. Outside of combat, jumping happens automatically when running off a ledge. In Z-targeting, you can jump to the side or do a backflip, but you can't jump forwards. You kind of can when doing a jumping slash, but it's tied to using your sword rather than an A button. In the pre-release footage, you can see Link jumping forward while in combat, while activating the sword strike independently from it. This function is still in the release version of the game, but can only be activated using a cheat code.
Disc icon. When plugged into the Nintendo 64 disc drive, Ocarina of Time would have the word disc next to the main logo on the title screen. This never came to be since the planned expansion for Ocarina of Time was cancelled, but the disc icon can still be found within the ROM, and you can activate it in the 1.0 release with the game shortcode.
Ura is Master Quest. Ura Zelda was meant to be an expansion for Ocarina of Time, which would have included more difficult dungeons, but the same overworld story and characters. Ura Zelda itself was never released due to failure of the Nintendo 64 disc drive in Japan, but it was repurposed to become the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. Master Quest was first released as a pre-order bonus for Wind Waker on the GameCube, but the Master Quest mode was unlockable in the 3DS remake to Ocarina of Time.
All Darknuts are Gerudos. At the end of the Spirit Temple, Link fights an Iron Knuckle, which, upon defeat, is revealed to be Nabooru. You can actually see her face underneath the helmet, but more interestingly, all other Iron Knuckles have a Gerudo texture underneath, but with chainmail surrounding their heads. Malon is an alcoholic. This is actually a Majora's Mask reference. So in the final hours of Majora's Mask, you can see Cremia give Romani a Chateau Romani, which is an implied alcoholic beverage. Quote, according to Cremia and Romani, the properties of the Chateau Romani are so potent that children are not allowed to drink it under normal circumstances. I can only assume that since Romani and Cremia use Malon's model in Majora's Mask, the person making the iceberg might have got confused between the two. Forbidden Heart Container in Gerudo Fortress. In Ocarina of Time, there are 36 heart pieces that you can obtain during normal gameplay. There is a 37th piece of heart in the Gerudo Fortress, and it's located above the room where you're imprisoned if you were to be caught by the guards. However, this heart piece is only here during the child timeline. You're not normally supposed to even access the Gerudo Fortress as a child, but even if you do, getting to this room requires either cheats or some very specific glitches.
My turn. You are born in today, and you will.
Sometimes everything we do is a lie. You can do it to raise your game, or to raise the whole game. Hey, sometimes you just gotta prove you can do it. Again, again, and again. Do it to break a sweat, break a perception, or do it to break free. When you do it for your life, you can't be stopped.
Damn it! Kingpin, fucking Wilson Fisk, god damn it, I am. Fucking shit! I am.
Aria uses Mario 64.
I'm not even angry, I'm just saying, I thought I wasn't
NPC
Kingpin.
is known as Aria, but her model is labeled as just object_human within the game's files. According to the small bit of text on the cutting room floor, her model format is closer to Mario 64's model format as opposed to Ocarina of Time's. It's long been known that Ocarina of Time started development using Mario 64's engine, but as time went on, so many modifications were made to the engine that it was considered its own thing. Shigeru Miyamoto, the producer and supervisor of Ocarina of Time, said in a 1998 interview with Nintendo Power, quote, "We were using the Super Mario 64 engine for Zelda, but we had to make so many modifications to it that it's a different engine now. It took 3 or so years to make Zelda, and about half the time was spent on making the engine." Basically, all this is to say that Aria was created before the drastic changes to the Mario 64 engine were made, and she was left unused without her model format being updated.
Hallway of Time. Ocarina of Time has a lot of rooms that use pre-rendered backgrounds, meaning they're static images that Link, NPCs, items, and collision data are placed on top of. There are a few pre-rendered backgrounds that didn't make it into the final game, including this hallway that was found in the Nintendo Giga Leak of 2020. It was likely an earlier version of the Temple of Time, and the columns and the sides bear resemblance to even an earlier pre-rendering background that had the nickname Hall of Time. Talking Door. There's a string of unused text that says, "Hi, I'm a talking door." There's no way to activate this during normal gameplay, although it does exist in one of the Master Quest test maps. Red Object and Early Tower Area. There are a number of beta screenshots of Link in Ganon's Tower, but it's unclear what red object is being referred to. The closest thing we found was this object near the wall, that is apparently meant to be a tongue. Ganon's Castle hub world. In an Iwata Asks interview, Shigeru Miyamoto revealed that at one point in development, Ocarina of Time would have had a similar format as Mario 64, as in, you have Ganon's Castle as a hub world, and Link would access different parts of the world through it. Quoting directly from Miyamoto, "We put constructing the system first, and since we were going to determine the story in line with the system's capacity, at first I thought only having Ganon's Castle might be enough. I thought about putting in all kinds of adventures into different rooms, like making a dark meadow or an ocean, like in Princess Peach's castle in Mario 64. In the worst case, Link wouldn't have been able to go outside the castle. You can still sort of see the remnants of this in the final game, where Ganon's Castle has 6 different rooms, all with different themes built around the stages, that all stem from a central hub. Also, the interview once again shows how much shared history Ocarina of Time has with Mario 64.
Early Dodongo's Cavern Head. It's possible to clip into the mouth of the giant Dodongo head before it's open, although this trick is only viable in tool-assisted speedruns. Early Zelda 64 music wiped from existence. I can only assume that this is referring to the Fire Temple music that was changed in later releases of the game. Navi's early functionality. Before the idea for Navi existed, Z-targeting was done with a simple triangle. The developers wanted to add a, quote, cute fairy girl to give it some more flair, but that ended up not being possible on the Nintendo 64. So they made the fairy into a simple ball of light, originally called the Fairy Navigational System, which was just shortened to Navi later on.
Religion Wars. The Legend of Zelda has always had Christian references, like Stone Tower Temple, based on the Tower of Babel, the Temple of Time, a Catholic church, and official artwork of Link straight up praying to Jesus on the cross. But as you would expect, this would have a negative response from the media and parents around the world. Nintendo didn't help the situation because they put the crescent, a Muslim religious symbol, on all things that related to the enemy. It should be pointed out that Nintendo has a policy for not putting religious stuff in their games. So most of, if not all, Muslim imagery was not put in the game on purpose. Early Sky Tower is adult Link's purgatory. There's a beta image of Link on a tower surrounded by nothingness. This background looks very similar to the file select screen, so this could possibly have been a placeholder for the file select background, but I'm not entirely sure.
Unicorn Fountain's true use. The Unicorn Fountain is a beta element that was seen before Ocarina of Time's release, and was allegedly where Link would have obtained sword beads. This was actually the first Zelda game where Link didn't have sword beads in any capacity, so it wasn't too unreasonable that players would have expected to find them somewhere in the game.
Hidden Wind Temple. Each of the temples that adult Link traverses corresponds to a specific sage, except for Rauru. This led to rumors about an extra temple that was either hidden in the game or suspected to have been cut from the game entirely. Triforce item use. In the quest status screen, there's a Triforce in the middle of the medallion area, which led to rumors that you can not only find the Triforce, but use it somehow.
Leftover Ura functionality. Ura Zelda was a planned expansion for Ocarina of Time that would have used the Nintendo 64 disk drive. The commercial failure of the N64 disk drive in Japan led to Ura Zelda never being released. To make a comparison here, Sonic 3 being expanded with Sonic and Knuckles is what I think of first when it comes to old physical games getting expansions. Sonic 3 contains a lot of content that would later appear in Sonic and Knuckles, so it wouldn't be too out of the question to expect that Ocarina of Time would retain some elements of Ura Zelda. However, no such remnants are known to exist in Ocarina of Time's base game. Reed item. This unused reed whistle would have been used to call Epona, instead of playing Epona's song on the Ocarina. A 1998 screenshot shows Link using it. Marinda item in Kakariko Village. The Marinda item was shown in a pre-release ad wherein Link could obtain it in Kakariko Village. In the final game there isn't anything of note under this tree, but as you can clearly see in this footage, players have been ravenously trying to obtain the Marinda soda for years. End coins. Within some of the game's debug text, Skulltula tokens are referred to as end coins, and there exist 4 unused models for the aforementioned coins. They match up with the colors of the 4 main types of rupees, so they were most likely some alternate form of currency.
Missing townsfolk in early Castletown. Castletown went through a lot of changes as development went on. In super early screenshots, the town looked a lot different, seemingly being more open rather than having a fixed camera angle, like in the final game. As for missing townsfolk, as the town went through changes, NPCs inhabiting the town would have also changed. However, this iceberg may be referring to this build, which looks much closer to the final version. In this version of Castletown, the townspeople would actually greet Link as he walked by, saying hello in Japanese. This feature was removed entirely in the final game, as well as this unknown NPC. Early low-poly NPCs. A bunch of NPC models exist in Ocarina of Time that are either earlier versions of existing NPCs or ones that were cut altogether. This model of Azora exemplifies how rudimentary these early models were, as it completely lacks texture. Running Man in Mario Sunshine. Neil Pantino is an NPC character in Super Mario Sunshine who will race a player in various different levels, and beating him will win you Shine Sprite, of course. Him being one of the only humans of all of Isle Delfino is strange enough, but what's more interesting is that removing his mask will reveal that he bears a striking resemblance to the Running Man from Ocarina of Time. Fitting considering what they both do.
the Arya apparition. So, to interject a bit of my own opinion here, which I've tried to limit in this video, I prefer to talk about things that are mostly factual in the sense that Ocarina of Time has enough mysteries and rumors surrounding it that you don't really need to make up new ones just for the sake of it. I know, trust me, I know how stupid it sounds to prefer one type of rumor to another, but in the case of the Arya apparition, it was a piece of lore written specifically for this iceberg image. I will read the article that comes from the Zelda 64 Conspiracy Wiki, and I will let you be the judge of whether it's a genuinely cool rumor or just a creepypasta. Arya apparition. Arya, the cut human NPC from Ocarina of Time, is not Hylian. She was made as a human. She has special properties that not other Hylians have when passing on, as shown from Dante, who turns into a ghost. In the case of Arya, this is shown in a metaphysical way, as she reappears as a normal NPC, yet in a way she is a ghost who is yet to have her final wishes completed, so she remains in the code. She has higher AI than any other NPC, due to the fact that her AI and model spreads across two cartridges, Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Due to her model being corrupted and split across multiple cartridges, her face is missing, appearing to be skin tone within game, but red in a model viewer. The only way to spawn her is to cartridge swap Zelda Ocarina of Time version 1.0 with Mario 64 and put back Zelda Ocarina of Time in a certain spot in the game, in Wet Dry World in Mario 64 and Kakariko Village in Ocarina of Time, which is where her model data can be found within the original game. She watches Link from afar, only interacting with him in very arbitrary ways that can never be replicated on subsequent attempts. She wants to interact with Link, due to the fact that Link in the early prototypes was meant to help her in side quests, all of which we do not know what were for. She is seeming non-intrusive in most situations. In the rare occasions she does interact with a player, her text bubbles are slow and not at a set rate, as if the game, or her herself, is actively creating the text in real time. The player can seemingly interact with her with the use of the N64 mic when the game is tricked into thinking a compatible disc has been inserted into a Nintendo 64 DV. Her memory only goes as far back as when the disc version of the game was in development, as if her memory was all written on the development disc. Since this disc is lost, her memory is read only on all cartridges, so no memory can be written back to her now. She is seemingly stuck in time within her mind. This may change when the disc prototypes of Zelda 64 are found again and used on all cartridges. Presence in the Forbidden build. After the 1.2197 build was compiled, a game designer at Nintendo died of a heart attack.
21? Would
This
not
may explain why
protect.
we didn't
21?
early
You
Star Wars
stupid.
designs. Nintendo had an empty old model they could insert their experimental AI into. So they put Arya's, the game designer, soul into the NPC.
Would
It
not
was very lifeless
protect.
at this point in
21?
development
You
because the
COVID.
environment around it was very eerie. The AI became very dark and convoluted
So
because it
fucking
still
dumb.
resembled the death of a person who
Maybe
used
that's
to work
when
at
we
Nintendo.
died.
The AI had matured so much by August that there was no longer a need for it.
That's just the
At that
theory.
point, the developers
Okay,
thought about the
theory.
death of Arya, and they
Thanks
wanted
for
to put it
watching,
behind
man.
them.
Like the video,
First
please
stages
like,
of
subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I just fucking yeeted the guy off a fucking cliff. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I just fucking yeeted the dude off a fucking cliff. The dude absolutely got yeeted. It went yeet. I fucking slipped on a fucking pebble in my fucking car. Jesus, man. Jesus Christ. Christ Jesus. God Almighty, man. What a fucking heart attack I just fucking caused this dude. What the fuck just happened? Oh, this motherfucker with the fucking rocket ship. Hello, I got rocket launcher. You like rocket launcher? I like rocket launcher. Oh, you got rockets. Oh, I'm just dying. What do I destroy? This would be a good idea. Hello, I'm dead. So stop right here in the moonlight, 'cause I don't ever wanna close my eyes. Time to go first person now. Me first person. You first person. Me first person. Me first person too. Hey, JJ's. Hey, cool. JJ's X. Hey, I'm bored. This is why I'm fucking being like this. I hope I'm making somebody laugh. How the fuck did all three of them fucking die at one time? What the hell, man? I nearly fucking got my fucking car sunken. Jesus, come on. Who left? One of them had to fucking leave. I don't blame them. I was bullshit. They all fucking died in like 2 seconds. I was the last one alive. Stop time right here in the moonlight. I don't ever wanna close my eyes. I leave you your valleys. I come half of a hole. No hand to hold. I love my best friend.
Shit, sorry, I can't get there at the moment.
You actually did me a favor, dumbass.
You're through to your garage.
What I'm about to
Need me to
do,
bring you a ride? I'll bring it to you.
my arch enemy, Hyper, yeah, sounds about right. Hyper is my worst enemy. I forgot how to fire my weapons. Dumbass. Yeah. What now, motherfucker? Okay, L1. Yeah, that's what I thought. You better choose the easy way out. Hey, guess what? Oh shit, he actually got me. You fucking dumbass. Damn it, he's gonna fucking destroy. Oh, what a fucking bitch. I swear to God. I fucking hate these fucking players like this. Hey, what's up, Dad?
Yeah, sorry for you doing that.
Thank you. Oh, what a fucking dumb. It's always somebody with the fucking ER at their fucking end of their name that fucks me up. Well, me too. I fucking swear. And he fucking left. What a pussy bitch, man. Not you, Dad. Don't worry. I know. God damn, man. Fucking swear. It's always the people like
Morse
this.
Mutual. How can I be of service?
Fucking. Like, I swear, you can't escape these fucking toxic
I
players.
think we can handle that.
I'm just trying to have fun playing video games, and then this fucking hyper dude had to come up and fucking ruin my life.
Morse Mutual Insurance. How can we help you?
Always, man.
I'll look
Always
into
like
it.
this. I always like this. I always just fucking come in, hey man, I'm gonna blow you up. And somehow I'm the one that gets left. Oh my god. He's just fucking putting ARG. ARG, mateys! I feel torn like a cell in a storm. Aw, oh, come on. When we're done, I'm sorry. I know I am. I should have just took off on my fucking oppressor. Humane elaborate. So stop, time right here in the moonlight, 'cause I don't ever wanna close my eyes. Somebody is a joker, man. Alright, let's see where I'm gonna go. Where can I really go? I don't... Oh, my house. Yeah. Alright, I might die. My apartment, I mean. Dang. My mental state. Zero. There's no... I don't have a mental state. I'm totally sane. As you could say, I am totally sane. I am not insane. What do you mean? I am sane. I have my sanity, not insanity. I am just a Christian. So is that your problem? Because I'm a Christianity? What is this? Whoa, dude, a fucking side flip, and I made it. I am little genius Timothy. Invite to setup. Yes, I like setups. I'm a setup person. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, thank God. I got so lucky. I got so lucky. I got so lucky right now. A sad love song. Do I need the super heavy? Yeah. Why not? Double. All from curry section. My friends. Friends playing GTA. Oh, never mind. Well, that's cool. You and I. Jesus. Dang. Coincidence? I think not. Ever want to close my eyes? You broke like I'm half of a hole. Shady, yes. When a real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. Real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. The lurker, the robber, the tail, the prowler, the prowler. Where's my hockey mask? Skulls? No. Street, psychotic, bando, vibrant, duct tape, tape, tactical, skulls. Bandanas. Here we go. Yes, the Call of Duty. Call of Duty. I know the Call of Duty. I'll be the lurker. Why not? Actually, no. I'm gonna be light combat because I don't got nothing to do. Shady. How about that? How about street combat? The mercenary? Oh, I am a merc with the mouth. Yes, sir, indeed I is. Indeed I is. Yes, sir, indeed. How about the JB700W? My name TJ. My name is TJ. How about this? My name is TJ. I don't know which one is better. Honestly, I should have just used a different. Cause isn't this supposed to have like weapons on it? Hold up, I'm gonna enter this guy's car. Yeah, he got a fucking mega fucking car, man. I swear. Hell yeah. Put me on the top, man. Man, I'm gonna sleep. I love you, love me, and every day. I love her. You don't love me. And I need my best friend, but she doesn't know how much I love her. Why? Cause I always have. Too bad I got my heart broken. I went to the club and I got myself nothing cause my heart broke. That's okay. I'm used to getting cheated on all my life. All my life. In every relationship, they always cheated on me with their friend. Making me feel like I am nothing. So stop staring right here in the moonlight. I don't ever wanna close my eyes. And they kicked me from the personal vehicle. You still got the wanted level. Fine, I'll just die. Easy. Dying's easy for me. I'll just die. It's easy. Watch this. Bam! That's what you get for kicking me out. I probably pissed him off. I am. What up, man? That was a weird fucking 2 seconds that just happened. This time, I won't shoot anything. I'm sorry. I learned my lesson this time. Dang it.
Page 1, empty and motionless.
I'm eating pizza. So if you wonder what the chewing
At that
noise
point, the
is.
developers forgot about the death of Arya, and they wanted to put it behind them.
I know.
4 stages of convolution.
Without you, I'm just a sad song.
Team, Reshkovsky's car is part of a shipment headed out into the Pacific any day now. These guys are professional thieves with money at stake, so don't expect to walk in Mirror Park.
That dude got absolutely fucking wrecked.
N64DD was
That was
canceled
awesome.
to keep Zelda 64 from the public. Seems
Amazing
corroborate
what it
this.
is.
I don't know whoever wrote this was
Right?
before,
Isn't it
but
amazing?
the N64 disc drive did release in Japan, although because it flopped
Isn't it
pretty
amazing?
hard, it never got a worldwide release. Finally, N64DD personalizes games is just another take on the every copy of Mario 64 is from Dompe, who turns into a ghost. In the case of Arya, this is shown in a metaphysical way, as she reappears as a normal NPC, yet in a way she is a ghost who is yet to have her final wishes completed, so she remains in the code. She has higher AI than any other NPC, due to the fact that her AI and model spreads across 2 cartridges, Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Due to her model being corrupted and split across multiple cartridges, her than any other NPC, due to the fact that her AI and model spreads across 2 cartridges, Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Due to her model being corrupted and split across multiple cartridges, her face is missing, appearing to be skin tone within game, but red in a model viewer. The only way to spawn her is to cartridge swap Zelda Ocarina of Time version 1.0 with Mario 64 and put back Zelda Ocarina of Time in a certain spot in the game, in Wet Dry World in Mario 64 and Kakariko Village in Ocarina of Time, which is where her model data can be found within the original game. She watches Link from afar, only interacting with him in very arbitrary ways that can never be replicated on subsequent attempts. She wants to interact with Link, due to the fact that Link in the early prototypes was meant to help her in side quests, all of which we do not know what were for. She is seeming non-intrusive in most situations. In the rare occasions she does interact with a player, her text bubbles are slow and not at a set rate, as if the game, or her herself, is actively creating the text in real time. The player can seemingly interact with her with the use of the N64 mic when the game is tricked into thinking a compatible disc has been inserted into a Nintendo 64 DD. Her memory only goes as far back as when the disc version of the game was in development, as if her memory was all written on the development disc. Since this disc is lost, her memory is read only on all cartridges, so no memory can be written back to her now. She is seemingly stuck in time within her mind. This may change when the disc prototypes of Zelda 64 are found again and used on all cartridges. Presence in the Forbidden Build. After the 2197 build was compiled, a game designer at Nintendo died of a heart attack. This may explain why we didn't get the early stall post design. Nintendo had an empty old model they could insert their experimental AI into. So they put Arias, the game designer, soul into the NPC. It was very lifeless at this point in development because the environment around it was very eerie. The AI became very dark and convoluted because it still resembled the death of a person who used to work at Nintendo. The AI had matured so much by August that there was no longer a need for it. At that point, the developers forgot about the death of Aria, and they wanted to put it behind them. 4 stages of convolution. It has been discovered by Glitchy Yellow 64 that copies can have a weaker version of Aria based on the condition of the 64DD cartridge or period of development. Stage 1, empty and motionless. Stage 2, very convoluted and faceless. Stage 3, less convoluted and very social.
Thank God I have these
Stage
games.
4, removed from the game entirely. You guys still with me?
Ow! 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 Where the fuck did this guy come from? Jesus.
At this point, I would like to also quickly go over some of the stuff at the very bottom of the iceberg. Zelda 64 was offered
Ow!
times
A
working
fucking shotgun? Where the
on
fuck?
development, but obviously this was changed before the final release.
These guys fucking hurt
Zelda
me, man.
64 on Nintendo 64 disk drive does have some credence
God
to it.
damn, man, what the
As we
fuck?
mentioned earlier, the planned expansion called Ura Zelda
Fucking
was meant to
shotgun
be used
fucking
with the
just
N64
obliterated me
disk drive.
damn near.
Although the iceberg may be referring to Zelda 64 in a literal
Oh!
sense, implying that this early build was
How
somehow
the
planned
fuck
for
are
the
you still
Nintendo
alive, man?
64 disk drive. N64DD was cancelled to keep Zelda 64 from the public seems to corroborate this. I don't know if whoever wrote this was misinformed, but
Ow,
the
ow,
N64
ow, ow.
disk drive did release
Ooh,
it.
ooh,
Although
ooh.
because it dropped pretty hard, it never got a
I never come more alive.
Finally,
Hell yeah, man. Look at me, man. Look at
It's just another
me.
take on the every copy of Mario 64 is personalized meme.
Hell
That was
yeah,
very
man.
circulated when the Mario 64
Oh, that was
entered
fucking fire.
popularity. While the N64DD actually could both read and write data onto the disks it used, I don't think I need to explain to you that this add-on doesn't affect operating uptime in any way, since operating uptime isn't compatible to disk drive, nor is it able to be personalized. I know I'm being a complete buzzkill here, and honestly, if you don't like this section of the video, I won't hold it against you. It's just that I feel like my only other 2 options for talking about this stuff are either to embellish it as though it were real, or ignore it completely. So this is how I'm choosing to tackle it. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. This is a video about a 20-year-old Zelda game. On with the rest of the video.
Dual-wielding bronze hammer upgrade. Little is known about this item, but from what I was able to find out, you would find these hammers in a grotto under a rock in the Lost Woods, and they would replace your Megaton hammer. Link would then dual-wield these epic things and swing them to deal devastating amounts of damage. But once again, not much is known, and honestly, we can't be too sure. Ganon only truly dies in version 1.0. The removal of blood and other sensitive imagery in the later versions of Ocarina of Time result in Ganon throwing up when you beat him, instead of coughing up blood. Delivering the final blow to Ganon also results in green blood rather than red blood, leading to the idea that he only truly dies in these uncensored copies of the game. The ending still shows Ganondorf being sealed in the Sacred Realm either way, but the fact of the matter still remains. He only bleeds in the original copy.
Finally, we're at the end of the video. This was another big undertaking to make, but I couldn't have done it without my co-host for today, Panic64, as well as Kusuru, who helped write a lot of stuff for the script, and was kind enough to provide me with some of their notes. Please subscribe to both of them, as they absolutely deserve all the love and support you guys have given me on this channel. Of course, Chris Cube, Error0x404, and all the other members of the Discord server who helped in creating this iceberg need to be thanked, as this video couldn't exist without them. Sites like the Cutting Room Floor, Zelda Dungeon, and a lot of miscellaneous beta footage uploads on YouTube also made this video possible. If you stuck around for this whole video, including this outro, I can't thank you enough for watching. Liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing all help immensely, and if you decide to do any of those things, it genuinely means a lot. Thank you again, and goodbye.
JT. Ashley, JT, TJ. He's here.
Your sportsman's experience even better with on-deck text alerts. Check in online or with our app, and you'll get a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in, and another when you're next man up. Less wait time?
AC and TJ sitting in a tree. How the fuck am I breathing?
Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I absolutely love this series. Both games are amazing and they captured my imagination like no other games have. I'm very interested in space, and I think Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 had a role in that fascination, so of course I was going to cover this series. What a great time to do so, with Super Mario 3D All-Stars having come out recently, although they forgot one of their biggest All-Stars, but anyway, I decided to choose this iceberg, the one created by Comet Man. If you don't know who that is, he's an expert on both Galaxy games and has contributed a lot to the community. He also helped me to understand some of the entries to the iceberg, so shout outs to him. Also, here's something new I want to bring to the video. Some of you thought it would be a good idea to implement a health bar system that's been used by Mishkods and other YouTubers. I'll give it a go. Full health means I'm completely confident in what I'm explaining, and no health means that I'm just guessing and have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, for those who don't understand the iceberg analogy, here's a quick summary. Topics that are pretty surface level and are more known sit near the top. The deeper down the iceberg you go, the more obscure, less known, and undocumented the entries get. We'll be going through them all, starting from the very top. So are you ready? Let's take an in-depth dive into the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 iceberg.
Goodbye, Gilbert. Special guest, Big Marsh. Marshmallow. Love that guy. Love that guy. Gotta love that guy, man. Gotta love DJ, bro. You gotta love him. He's a good person. But he loves you. That's all I gotta say. We fucking did it, man. Hey, get the fuck out the car. I'm taking over. It's game over time now, boys. Well, did we get 1 million? Not really.
Hell Valley Sky Trees. What a way to start things off. This is the name given to the ominous-looking entities that can be found in Mario Galaxy 2's Shiverbone Galaxy. They can also be seen in the background of the Poolstar area in Grandmaster Galaxy, but I'll be focusing on the more widely known spot of them in Shiverburn. They can be seen standing on this cliff edge staring down at Mario. It's widely thought that there are 3 of them, but there is actually a 4th one, and it can be seen properly at this angle. The galaxy is internally named similarly as Beyond Hell Valley. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hell spawns in my Mario Galaxy game? Not quite. The Japanese to English translation may hold the key to the answer. A video by Geek Readings called Hell Valley Sky Trees Finally Explained, Nintendo Theory, link in description, points out that Jigokureni translates to Hell Valley. This place can be found in Japan. It gets its name from the snowy landscapes and geothermic hot springs of the valley. This duality of hot and cold can be found in Shiverburn Galaxy, which would explain what Hell Valley is. Now that half of the name is explained, what about the Sky Tree part? Well, it could be based off of the Kodama, Japanese folklore tree spirits. If you're a fan of the Neo franchise, you'll know what these little guys are. They might also be based off of these monkeys that bathe in the Jigokureni hot springs. This could all suggest that Shiverburn Galaxy was inspired by Jigokureni. Either way, people's imaginations have gone wild. Creepypastas and spooky theories surrounding the sky trees can be found all over the internet. And it all might be because of a translation, but also because these unrecognizable figures just stared down at you from a distance, always watching. Rosalina's mother. She's a character that is referenced and appears during Rosalina's story time in the library of the Comet Observatory. This story is about Rosalina when she was much younger, about how she went off into space on an adventure to help a lost Luma find its mama. This story and the accompanying music always makes me choke up. It's so damn sad and innocent, especially when it's revealed that Rosalina was away from her mother too. Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night. It's later revealed that her mother is actually buried under a tree where they used to go for picnics. But before that, she cried about wanting her own life back with her mother, and then I cried. In the end, the Luna transforms into a comet where Rosalina and the other Lunas live.
What you think I was gonna say? What you think I was gonna say? You think I was gonna say a bad word?
It looks like Rosalina's graphic style mimics her mother's, almost like a way to remember her. Although, there's another path we can take, specifically about who Rosalina's mother is.
Yahoo!
They are related. In the Prima Collector's Edition strategy guide for Mario Galaxy 1, it states that Rosalina was planned to be related to Peach, but the idea was scrapped. This is supported by Yoshiaki Koizumi, the lead director for the game, who mentioned that just like with the Hellbelly Sky Trees, speculations ran wild, with the biggest one being that Peach is Rosalina's mother. This theory doesn't have anything to do with the game guide or the interview. She definitely looks like Peach, just a more mature one. But how would this even be possible? For those who don't know, massive spoilers for the ending of the game, by the way, but the universe resets and reforms, but the cycle never repeats itself in quite the same way. How does Rosalina know this? Well, she would have had to have gone through a cycle reset herself. I mean, look at her, she's a giant space woman. This suggests that Peach would have been her mother in one universe cycle, and Rosalina can still remember that. It's an interesting thought. Her backstory could have been made when Rosalina was going to be related to Peach, but had to be changed up slightly when the idea was scrapped. MatPat also made a two-part theory where he explains some of these points, along with some biological ones. These include how Peach and Rosalina are left-handed, both have blue eyes, and have attached earlobes. But you know what else is interesting? Thinking about her dad. Who would Rosalina's dad be? Luigi. Rosalina is Luigi's daughter. Let's look to genetics. Luigi also has blue eyes, attached earlobes, and he's left-handed. He also had a telescope in Luigi's mansion. Mario didn't. This could have been his telescope. Didn't. She never tells Luigi that he is her dad, but we do have something that might allude to it. A family photo of some kind. After getting 121 stars and beating the game as Luigi, you get this nice little photo. We can also see that Rosalina's brother is wearing a green hat, possibly wearing his father's hat. Let's continue to focus on Luigi, but not just one, two Luigis. In Mario Galaxy 1, you can find and rescue Luigi in Earthly Galaxy. You'll find him on the Comet Observatory afterwards, and he'll go search for a few power stars to aid you. But then, if you play the game again as Luigi, the exact same thing happens. You'll find Luigi as Luigi. He's rightfully confused at first, but he comes to terms with it. What a cursed universe. You are Mr. Gay. So this refers to the sparkles seen on the Super Mario Galaxy title screen. Each one of them is seen on certain letters. You can take each letter with a sparkle and it'll spell out, "You are Mr. Gay." It doesn't just end here. The saga continues in the sequel, where we can see that the sparkles have been allocated to letters again. You are me-I. Wait, that's not right. So let's say it backwards. Yeah, are you? Intentional or not, I can't wait to see where this conversation goes in the third game. That is, if it's ever made. Hidden Train in Toy Time Galaxy. In Mario Galaxy 1, hit up the first mission of Toy Time Galaxy. Come to this little area after getting the first spring mushroom power-up, use the first-person camera, and ooh, a toy train underneath this block area. And this ends the first layer. It was mostly filled with surface-level community-driven mysteries. But now, we'll be hitting the second layer of the iceberg, so let's dive into some obscurities.
He's going home. She's
gonna respond, aren't you?
Who's got favorites to match this strange year? Whatever you're watching, find joy in the season. Deck the halls, y'all. Hulu has whatever you're into.
Really well done.
Damn.
Starbits are Compeito. Compeito is a Japanese sugar candy that comes in a variety of colors and flavors. For those who don't know, Starbits are used as a collectible currency that can stun enemies, harass the locals, or be spent on feeding Lumas to create new planets and galaxies. Load those Lumas up with Starbits and watch them explode, just like you would if you had too much sugar. They can also be used to get coins or spin chance cubes on Starship Mario. There's a very obvious similarity between these and Starbits, and that's because the Starbits were actually modeled after the sugar candies. Fun fact, these are put in the Ministry of Defense's emergency food ration tins and the Imperial Army's military combat ration. They're added in as a nice pick-me-up, and they aid in the calorie content, aid in the creation of saliva, and to reduce stress because of how nice and colorful they look. They can also be used in candy boxes called bonbonniere for marriages and childbirth celebrations. Just as a side note, these little candies also appear in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword as gratitude crystals, and you will also have seen them in Spirited Away. Automated GameStop message. So, GameStop sent out an automated phone message to everyone that pre-ordered Super Mario Galaxy. Charles Martinet, the voice actor for Mario, was hired to voice this message. He introduces himself and then puts on his Mario voice. As Mario, he explains that he's at GameStop and they told him that the buyer pre-ordered his newest and greatest game, Super Mario Galaxy. Woohoo! He continues to explain that the game will be ready to collect tomorrow at the GameStop where the pre-order was made. I'll play some of the audio, so take a listen.
I'm not going to wait you to see me running around in my Bumblebee outfit. I'm out in space, trying to rescue the princess. Ah, she makes my heart go bada-bing, bada-boom, bada-ba. Oh, and you know what else? GameStop will let you bring in your old gadgets to trade in for credit. Yeah, credit to help you buy new copy of Super Mario Galaxy.
I'll also link the full YouTube videos from Random Vids too in the description. Other people have posted this too, but this one was the one that I found the easiest to listen to. Being a little kid and getting a message from Mario, Mario, about your pre-order of his game would have been magical. What a way to make someone say,
Mario,
see, GameStop can do good things sometimes. Sometimes.
Go fuck
Pokeball
yourself.
Planet
Yahoo!
is galaxy. It's known as the Aquatic Dome, but it's been dubbed as the Pokeball Planet.
It's a me,
pretty clear to see
Mario.
why people
Go
named
fuck
it this.
yourself.
The resemblance to a Pokeball is uncanny, so it's probably a reference to the Pokemon series.
Yahoo!
It even shoots out a red laser
Dumbass
similar to
bitch.
an actual Pokeball. On this Pokeball Planet, Mario has to spin on a screw to open it up in order to get the star inside. It's like he's
Anyways,
becoming a
guys,
Pokemon, returning
next
to his
video
ball,
I'll get
while he's going
1,000
inside the
billion. I'll
Pokeball
get
to
a
collect the
billion
Pokemon.
GTA
Pretty
$5.
creative.
Yes,
Rosalina's
sir,
original
indeed.